Taurus, this is your November forecast for the Tarot, and let's take a look at the insights that are awaiting you now here this month. Listen, the first thing that does show up is a change, a turn of events. Now, this is directly connecting you to how you're working, okay? So that could be your career, your goals, or implementing also something that you might have been thinking about or meditating about here for some time. I could see how you, as you go to bed, there's been images, visions coming in, thinking, how can I change things up? How can I up it, right, and expand it? And this is good. I'm really happy to see that, Taurus, because it is when we are in that resting phase, whether it is as we fall asleep or when we meditate, this is when we're most open to download those inspirations, those visions of what it is that we are currently working on. And for you right now, it has to do with how you work, all right? So pay attention, especially here, just over the first week to 10 days of November, as I feel this influence is going to be very heavily upon you. And even though if you don't implement those things immediately, the inspiration can really set you off to create major changes coming in here for 2017. All right, so they're all very, very valid for you. Speaking of work, looking at your financial situation, I feel that you might have done pretty good as of late. Better, should I say. Now, there is one situation, one of the three cards in this area of your spread, which shows that you might feel a little bound by circumstance. That could mean that either you're holding some of your funds aside, either wanting to save them or not touch them for whatever reason, at least for now. It's more like you're earmarking a certain thing for what you're wanting to do as we proceed down the road, maybe over the next month or two. So I see you really working at how to balance this income, but I don't necessarily see it as you feeling blocked from receiving income, because that actually looks pretty good, and that can only get better, Taurus. So the block right now, I see it's more you kind of wanting to set something aside and not touch it for now. Of course, then we have you and your communication this month. I feel, yes, there is some interaction with the past. So that could be a specific person. It could be more than one. But I see contact from the past coming in. And it really feels healing. So it must be in a situation with a person that you haven't seen for a long time, or where things perhaps didn't end on the best of all notes. So because there's been thoughts, a lot of water under the bridge here for you, but also when it comes or in regards to this person. But I'm seeing now the end of a cycle, and everything comes and goes with divine timing. Not always in the timing that we want, right? So there's times where we just have to bow to that and know that things will resurface when it's meant to. That's what I'm getting here for you in November. And you know, it's really putting a smile not just on your face, Taurus, but also for whoever is on the other side of this. It just feels like a release of energy. And you know what I can say, too, for whatever reason went down there, there has been still a strengthening of your bonds in spite of the lack of communication. All right, so you've been thinking about each other, all the good memories and so forth that took place in the past. That is what has carried you over till the now. Then as far as the home environment, family here, well, busy month, gotta tell you though, and we're not even in the holiday season for full quite yet. But some of it here, Taurus, seems to be due to travel, either somebody coming or going, or maybe you're going to be busy also traveling. So it's between all of those tasks, getting prepared and ready to go, and then also having to catch up on things when you get back. All of that kind of adds up. But, you know, I don't necessarily see this as stressful. In fact, I see a lot of action as far as anticipation goes. And that's all about excitement too. So I'm thinking all the motion, commotion going on here at home right now, it's all good. Just don't stress yourself out because timelines could come up towards deadlines here at a point or two. But I do see you getting through it in a very good and positive way. Now, as far as children go, there is good news here, Taurus. I feel that there's something taking place here that you can come to feel very proud about, all right, your child here. As if there's a celebration going on, something really wonderful taking place there. I see you not only looking into it, but also being able to participate in whatever this event is. That is going to really make your mark this month. But also above and beyond that, for those of you who are in your own business, self-employed and so forth, this could be a great time to implement or launch something new. And if so, well, that goes to show that it's going to be a great start, okay? Everything has its signature from the very launch, right? That will carry on into the future, and that is looking pretty good. You might have to make a choice about a short trip. This short trip might just be a day trip or could be a weekend trip too. It looks like you're planning a certain date, then something's going to come up. So lo and behold, what do? Do you step back from it? Do you just reschedule the trip? Or do you have to let that other situation that suddenly comes upon you and step aside from it? But I do see that you're having to make some important choices here as far as that goes. So how is your relationship working for you, Taurus? If you're in one, what I can see here, it looks like there might have been 2 or 3 rounds upon a certain issue, okay, that you worked on. Actually, if we go back not just 3 to 5 months, I see that as a timeline showing up. But for some of you, you might have been working on it ever since top of the year here as we started out in 2016. Here in November, I feel finally whatever it is that you've been trying to work through or implement or rise above or move beyond, all right, you're going to get that insight here now in November. This is going to allow you as you step into December to feel better about the direction that you're taking. It's going to give you some confidence, and it's also going to secure you. Now, security is always a key word with you, Taurus, but the balance coming from it, I'm saying that is really going to make you feel so much better about the situation and the relationship in itself. Now, for those of you single Tauruses, you might wonder, what about you? What is taking place? Anything coming up? Well, I'm feeling that even this timeline that I just mentioned, go back 3 to 5 months. Where has your thoughts been? What have you been thinking about as far as relationships? Have you been looking to the past as to what used to work, what didn't work, what you no longer want to attract, what it is you want to attract? That's where you're going to land this month here in order to put it out to the universe and tell the universe that you are ready to receive. Because I can see that you're no longer wanting to just be single. This partnership, I feel, is really important to you as a big factor in your life. So hopefully now we can see a little progress here in November in that respect. Now, there is a man, he seems to be out of town or maybe even out of state. He's at distance. And this man may not have been too good about holding the communication portals open as much as, you might have desired. Can't really say whether it is somebody you work with or it could be a family member. That is possible. But I see the return of that communication. So it's not going to be leaving you wondering what's going on there, because when he does reach out to you, he'll be telling you what he's been up to and how he has worked through his own issues. And now it's like having his head above water. He is more likely to stay in touch here as we advance. He's a water sign, if you need to know that. That's Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. Or maybe just a lot of water in his makeup, his chemistry there. Career, we did speak about that initially. Right now, I just see it's doing what it's doing. No major changes at the moment. Okay, I see temperance, so things are solid, good. But I do see, what we said initially in the beginning of the reading, that you might get some new flashes, insights. I see that now coming into play, that you might take some action on a few of those things here coming up here this month or as you get into December, which is good. It's really good. If we don't like the stagnancy of what we're experiencing, sometimes it is really up to us to take some action. So by the end of the month here, besides it being a pretty good social month, maybe to the point where you're going to have to say no to a few of the invites here, as if time isn't really stretching to cover all. But by the end of the month, looking back over November, it really looks really, really good that you're happy for it. And so I will see you in December, but here's some news. For those of you wanting to study the Tarot, I've put together a course for you, and here is some more insights. Hey guys, just want to welcome you to class. I have a Tarot course set up for you, ready to fly here November 1st. So listen, if you are interested in really knowing what makes the Tarot tick, you will get insights from 40 years of me doing the cards and teach you not just the ground level for you who might be new to the Tarot, but even for those of you who have been working with the cards for some time, I can give you a whole lot of extra insights and how you can advance your readings and give really super accurate readings here. And that is tips from having worked professionally from 1990 on the phone every single day, right? So listen, if you're interested, you could just visit my website. When you come to November 1st, you will get a full view on how the course is set up. There's going to be free previews there for you to look at how that works. So I hope to see you in class. I know many, many, many of you have been asking and sending emails when I would set up a class. So here I go. Been working on it for you guys. So listen, I will see you here in December for your next reading, though. What's to that?